well, good morning, Merry Christmas, welcome to American Truck Simulator. This is going to be one of those trips that, well, you're catching me towards the end of a heavy haul trip. We have got an 89,000 pound bulldozer. The truck right now. We're in an International LoneStar, which has a QSX19 under the hood, because hey, who doesn't want to slide around in the snow with 800 horsepower? It's available from 525 up to 800, but we decided I would go all cute and use the 800 horsepower. We've not long woken up. Today is the final day. It's about 8:30 in the morning, at least in the game anyway, and we've got about 3 hours, I think. Let's just check. What have we got? 3.5 hours left in the drive today, and it was snowing overnight. In fact, it's gotten really thick with the snow, so this could be a challenging drive. I'm gonna see if we could do 55. Very, very beautiful mod. This is Grime's Frosty winter mod, and we've got the Frosty tyre turned on. It's a bit hard to tell. We've also got Frosty's winter physics, and as well as that, we've got my own custom private physics mod, tentatively called Red Thunder Physics because I lack imagination when it comes to things like that. So yeah. This has been an interesting trip so far. It's not been snowing. It started to snow yesterday evening, so I pulled over and stopped because I had plenty of time. This is an urgent delivery. Doesn't say, but I think it is. So we have to make reasonable progress here. We've got 3 hours and 12 minutes left in this trip, but we've only got 4.5 hours left to get there, and that's a challenge with a 132,000 pound gross vehicle weight. However, the truck is capable of hauling this pretty heavy load. I'm not going to say easily, but it's got a robust powertrain, shall we say. So we have an Eaton Ultra Shift, an 18 speed under the hood, connected up to the QSK19. That's an updated version of the Cummins KT. It's a 19 litre inline 6. Putting out a rated 800 horsepower and 2275 foot-pounds of torque. I think it's 2275. Yes, that's right. The 18 speed, we've got quite a short final drive today. We're using a 3.91 final drive, and so 55 is 1300 revs. That's very similar to the stock 10 speed, except of course we have another 8 forward gears in there. And even with all this weight behind me, the automated transmission still generally wants to move me off in 4th gear. Now, going is one thing, but stopping is something else. This physics mod, I'm going to just tap up to 65, get off the side. Stopping is an issue. Engine brake helps an awful lot. Retarder would if I had one, but I don't. It might be clearing up a little bit here. I really need to, it might be clearing up, I really need to get a move on because I don't have that much time. This thing is a bit of a handful. It's snaking and weaving around, and yeah. So some of the road textures in the Frosty winter mod, or some of the landscape, doesn't look as snowy as the rest of it. So I know Grimes has said that some of the green shows through. I actually like that. I don't think that's a bad thing. Could this roadside have some snow on it? Yes, it almost certainly could. But I'm happy enough bobbing along at 65. Obviously, please don't do this in real life. Just a standard air horn there. That's a big truck stop. Okay. What a year it's been. For the channel and for my mod pack, my engine mod pack, and so on and so forth. I've got a bit of criticism here and there. You know, I don't tend to use many sounds in the Steel Productions engine pack. I'm not an F-mod guy. I'm not a sound engineer. I'm not going to say that I'm that interested in doing extra sound. I am to a point, but I've got other things that are going on that cause me to be basically lazy when it comes to learning all that stuff. Plus, I work with Z-mods, and I would much rather go to Source and do an engine pack, or do the torque curves for Z and use his sounds, than try and cobble something together. But I get asked occasionally, hey, you know, can you reach out to a sound modder and get their sound? Yes, I could. Alternatively, a sound modder could reach out to me and say, hey, can I do a torque curve? And I know that the torque curve side of things is considered the easy side. Yeah, it probably is. I have no idea how F-mod works. How do you F a mod? A sound mod. Anyway. But I just really want today's trip to kind of celebrate how beautiful the Frosty winter mod works. The paint job we're using today is from the SCS Christmas pack DLC. It's the Santa Driver one, I believe. I really don't want to run into anything. It's a very straight road. And this is the heavy cargo pack that I'm hauling behind me. There's a Steam accomplishment that I'm trying to get, which is $100,000 from 5 heavy hauls. I think this is just my second trip, and it's going to get me $98,000, I think. Yeah, 98,383. Assuming it's not damaged. And is it damaged? No. In fact, nothing's damaged. Well, I can't be right. So yeah, what a year. And if you're watching this the day of release, it's going to be Boxing Day for the UK, December 26th. The day after Christmas for, I think, the most of the rest of the world. I hope you had a good time. I hope it was festive. If you're in the UK, I believe the weather is closing in, although that might be New Year. So this may be kind of accurate. If you're in the US, well, the US is so vast that this will be accurate for some corners of the US and not for others. I live in Texas, so we are likely to be having probably a bit of sunshine. Might start the day with a bit of rain, but definitely not snow. And how about this QSK19? This thing is trucking along. It'll do 75 if I really wanted it to, but my stopping distance will be, here to the next city. Let's just check. Speaking of cities, I'm coming up on Colby. Yeah, you know what? Let's tap it up to 75. Let's just confirm my claim that this thing will do 75 with a 89,000 pound cargo behind me. Let's hope that no one pulls out in front of me. Yeah, not the most dramatic of views, I have to say, but that's a little better. We're using the stock LoneStar sound effects today, which I guess I could say they've kind of grown on me. I don't dislike them. In fact, the stock sounds, or stock engine sounds I should say, are okay. We are using the sound fixes pack and the winter sound effects, and so when we slow down, we're almost at 75. When we slow down, you can hear the wind howling and the snowflakes. Yep, there you go, 75, and that was up a hill. That's about 1800 revs, but this engine's governed at 2100, and you better believe it with the right gearing, and it'll hit 2100 RPM with a bit of a bump. Will it do it in this case? It might. Quick check on my time. Oh, I'm getting low on fuel. Ooh, yeah. I'm only 50 miles out, but that's actually going to cause me to lift off completely. I had a great convoy experience on December the 23rd, playing around with what I'm going to call the gas game, or gaslight game, you might say. Hey, can I get to my destination without filling up? I've got no excuses. There's loads of places to fill, but I'm just going to conserve. I don't think I have rain. Yes, I do. I've got 200 miles. I mean, my average is not exactly great. Was it 3.4? Yeah, 3.4 it's showing there. But you don't use a 19-litre engine and expect to get great mileage, at least given the context of 15 and 12-litre engines. So, yes, it's certainly moving the product, but it's burning the diesel, and it's burning a lot of diesel. Nice effect there on the background with stuff fading in and out. We'll get it a bit on the front, but looking behind is, I don't know, it's kind of pretty. I think that just about highlights the last update to SCS for the year. I don't think 1.5 will be coming out till next year, and that is how pretty the game looks. Yes, I think a lot of people criticize the game. They don't like the performance. It seems to be single-threaded. It's a bit janky at times. You can have a really high-end machine and it still doesn't perform particularly great. Checking my computer right now, I am about 50% GPU loaded and I'm running 60 FPS, but that works for me. I find that the game struggles if I don't put the GPU into maximum performance. I get a lot of stuttering and lag from time to time. So it kind of feels that I've got to work this machine just a little harder than maybe I ought to. The AI can do goofy, stupid things.
Right.
That is probably quite accurate in the context of how truckers experience drivers on the road. But it could do with a bit of improvement. And maybe that'll come with a version 1.5 or some point down the road. And yet none of these I'm going to have to concentrate on braking here because it is not stopping very quickly. Well, there's no one there, and I think would I have hit someone? Okay, I had a few feet in it. That's fair enough. Yeah, it's a bit of a handful when it comes to stopping, and that's not my lane. That's my lane. Right, did I get that right? You can hear the wind, by the way. Yes, I did. Okay, I'm gonna just stick in lane 2, I think. So I'm also gonna, once I've dropped off the cargo, we'll show off some of the physics effects of the combination of the Red Thunder physics and the Grime's Frosty physics winter physics mod. It's kind of a lot of fun. Oh, there we go. So I'm just using the service brakes right now. Is it skidding? Oh, I'm off the brakes. No, it's not, thankfully. But it will if I jack them on. I'm not going to. I wonder if it'll wheel spin if I give it some power on the brake. Almost. Oh yeah, there you go. And this is fourth gear as well. So if I make it manual, downshift it to second. Yeah, is it spinning? No. Well, now I'm like, do I keep doing this, which I am doing? There we go. I'm gonna just put it back into automated mode. That is not how you should treat your clutch and your gearbox in any vehicle, and certainly not something with 2275 foot-pounds of torque running through it. Let's go ahead and make this turn. This is a nice big open road. This is just what I want to do because we'll demonstrate some of the physics effects, some of the loopy things that you can do with that much power through the rear wheels. This looks icy. I came in here way too quick. But yeah, that's a pretty paint job. I think that's one of the older ones, but it's pretty and it gets the point across. And like Santa's driving the truck. Right, let's pull that forward. Brake it to a halt. There we go. Parking brake on. I'm going to leave it running. Let's just shut the headlights off and let's go ahead and see how well we did on this trip. I do not think I will have been very efficient on my my mileage, but like I say, didn't really mean it to be. So 832 miles. We of course didn't see most of that, and 236 gallons. So that's 3.5 miles per gallon. That is kind of thirsty. All right, well, let's have a little celebration. So. Is it running? Yes, it is.